So, welcome to the Bar de Art. You are the Bar de Art. I'm just this fool up here prattling around, just getting you ready, just trying to calm myself down, calm you down, stuff like that. I'm going to read two poems. One is just been published, the other one is written just today. I know you should never do that. To prove that it's written just today, here it is. Now here it is in its 3D form. And you have to look like that. And it's called Donall Dempsey Has Left the Poem. That's what it's called. But Michael, can you read 3D? Maybe Michael can read it. Don't panic, I've typed it up here. Right. This is from, oh God, what page am I on? This is from a significant anthology. It's an Indian anthology, and I am on page 141. I think it's about the second or third outing to this poem. It's called Adagio. What the lady is listening to is actually Song from the Averns, that lovely high floaty thing. It used to be, back in the 70s, it used to be the music for the De Bonnet ad. And they copied the Monet painting, and a lady with a parasol walked down, like in the painting, and this high floating music used to come on. We had no other means of, we had a tape recorder, so your only chance to hear that gorgeous ethereal music was to rush in. And I'd be out helping my dad pick the plot or something, and they'd go, "Your ad's on!" And I'd rush up just in time to miss it. And that's how precious these things were. And you heard something, and you never heard it again. So in 1963, I think Noel Coward had Sail Away out. And they were doing this, and there was a little snatch of Elaine Stritch singing, "Why do the wrong people travel, travel, travel?" And it said, "Why do the wrong people travel, 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 when the right people stay at home? What compulsion compels them, and who the hell tells them?" And I love that play, the punch of them. And I thought, yes, yes. I had to wait 25 years to hear that again. But in that time, do you think I ever got what compulsion compels them and who the hell tells them? I loved it. I didn't even know it was Noel Coward, because it was just, what's that? So that's how long I have to wait. So the lady is listening to the Song of the Avern, and she's just realised that she's going to die. She was a very hard case. She spent most of her life trying to kill herself. She nearly succeeded a couple of times. She was saved by people, and she was very angry by the people who saved her. And drugs, cancer finally got her. But when she wanted to leave this life for so long, she got pregnant. And now she wanted to live very much. And then she got the diagnosis of cancer. She had one breast cut off, she had the other breast cut off, and she lived 3 years past that time, in terrible pain, and she died in agony altogether. So this is when she's just got the news that she's going to die, and she's a person coping with the fact that, hey, I might not be alive next week. Happened to be 3 years later. So she used to, I gave her this, and she used to love it, and she used to listen to it. I'd come across her lawn, and this would be coming out of it. So it's called Adagio, for fun. The music tiptoes through the room, careful not to wake the sleeping photographs of the dead. Their lives trapped behind glass amongst vast fields of wallpaper violets, stopping to caress the singular beauty of the rose dreaming in its chipped vase of the garden where it was born. Curtains led by a breeze into their dance, gazing upon the green that unfurls about the house. The music wounded now by a tear that's grown upon her cheek, note by note. A woman staring into space, the cat asleep upon her toes. The music retreating back into the mahogany cabinet, curling itself into its circle, a whirlpool of black shellac. The music lost in the silence, only its breathing audible now in the runoff groove. The needle returning to its proper place with a click, the last light stealing across the lawn. Thank you. This is this morning's poem. We happen to read a lot in Keats' house, Jane Austen house, and there's the blue plaques, and we went to Keats' house museum in Rome. And in Rome you see things like, you've got 3 locks of hair, you know, Shelley, Keats and Byron, I think. And you can see the hair getting flecked and with white and everything like that. It's amazing, all these little tiny little things that are left of the person. And I was wondering what the person would feel like if they knew that and all that. So blue plaques, when did blue plaques come in? Yes?
1866?
Correct to the very date! My God, it was inside information. 1886, so the Victorians got into it. Hey! Johnny Mahoney lived here, let's put a blue plaque up to him. So myself and Janice were going around, we go around a lot and go, oh, there's a blue plaque to somebody here, a blue plaque to somebody there. It might have been somebody lived in this house for 3 months. I had to laugh at that one, I think. Right? And so this is called, and then I didn't know how to end this poem. So that's why the poem is called Donall Dempsey Has Left the Poem. So I ended it just by stopping. And then that became the title as well. So it's called Donall Dempsey. Donall Dempsey has left the room. Donall Dempsey has left the room. No autographs, none of that. This blue plaque business is distressing, to say the least, and rather intrusive, don't you think, Jim? I mean, when did it start? Donall Dempsey this, Donall Dempsey that, I mean, who cares? Here is the house Donall Dempsey wrote. Donall Dempsey lived here whilst writing. Maybe it's a government tracking device. Donall Dempsey paused here for thought. No, I bloody didn't. Whatever I do, it seems a blue plaque is more than willing to tell you. Time was when they waited until one was sufficiently dead and famous to commemorate one's efforts at living and life. But now, holy cow, when I got back home, I found home had just been turned into, yes Jen, you guessed it, the Donall Dempsey Museum. I even had to pay to get in. If you're Donall Dempsey, the Donall Dempsey, then I'm Schrodinger's bloody cat name. The crowd all laughed at that. But I did get a concession for being old and decrepit. There was a sign telling me not to sit in my favourite chair. And they had gotten facts wrong. I had written this before that. I looked at the manuscript of this poem. The usual scribble, scrawl, made more precious by being preserved under glass. It was like being in an episode in The Twilight Zone. I glanced up at the blue plaque positioned, just as it happens, above my curly, confused head. Here, Donall Dempsey refused any more to be part of all this and left the poem. Yes, folks, Donall Dempsey has left the poem. Thank you. One more, just to keep it going. This is called Scheherazade. My last memory of Scheherazade was I was 5 and 6. I was being bathed by my big sister in the tin bath before a roaring fire. And I was telling her I loved her very much, and la la la, and Scheherazade was stealing across and staining the air with this music, the lovely Rimsky Korsakov thing. Starts on an intense violin and goes into an oboe. Break your bloody heart in one. Next time I heard that music, I was in New York and I was homeless. I was homeless in a very good way because I had got a free flight to New York. New York, on movie land, everything. I had to go to New York. There was only one problem. I had no money. Yeah, I had a free flight to New York, but I had no money. That meant I had no money to stay there. That meant I had no money to eat, or very little to eat. And I thought, fuck, can I miss New York? I could not miss New York. I went to New York and I did what any stupid guy would do. I slept rough in Central Park. Okay, dumb, stupid guy, I mean, dangerous stuff. And when I got to Central Park, I woke up, hugged this Chrysler building, because I fell in love with the Chrysler building when I was 7. I loved the Chrysler building. And now I was able to give the Chrysler building a hug. And then I thought, well, time to go to bed now, I'll go to Central Park. I went to the first thing in Central Park, and there was a big fat cop with a big fat holster here, and I said, okay, move on, nothing to see here now, move on please. And nothing to see, there was a dead guy, all his brains were smashed on the pavement and all that, and they were putting him into a body bag, not him, some other guy. And they're putting him into a body bag, and I was going, and I'm going to sleep here. And then I thought, I know, I'll go near an entrance that's nearer big streets and stuff like that. Because this is a little, because I thought I'd have to sneak into Central Park. And so I went to another entrance, and there was another guy being put in a body bag. It was like the first body bag guys. And got, right, quick, he's gone. And the fat cop was going, different fat cops going, okay, nothing to see here, move on. And they put another guy in, and I thought, all right. So I was in the middle of, Central Park is really, really dark in the centre. Like, it's just dark. It's country dark. You're in New York, but you're experiencing country dark. You go, is this my hand I see before me that I don't see before me? You're going to point yourself to find out that it's you. Oh, it's me! Like that. And I didn't know, but I was approaching the centre where the John Lennon Imagine thing was on the ground. And as I approached the centre, I was scared. Come on, I admit I was scared. Like, I'm only a poor little, weak little, I was 9 stone on Irish boat then. 16 stone Irish guy now. But I was only 9 stone then. And all I could hear as I approached was, I thought, Jesus! I thought, maybe I didn't hear that. And then I went, and I thought, fuck. And I thought, I'm going to run away. And then I thought, stupid, he'll be after you with the knife and all that. And I thought, what if I run into the sound? So I ran into the sound, and the sound grew louder and louder. And I thought that the killer would run past me and I'd run past him, and I thought it was good tactics, like, you know. How you're supposed to approach a bear is you're not supposed to run away from a bear. A bear can run faster than you. You're supposed to approach the bear, grab him around the thing like that, and then he can't get his paws at you. But you have to be a brave man in order to approach the bear and hook him in the first. That's where the term bear out comes from. And and as I burst into the Imagine thing like that, on the ground, on the Imagine lovely mosaic, there was a couple, and they were from Ohio, as it happens. And they were naked, and they were making love, and that was all the stuff. And they folded all their clothes up extremely neatly by the side. And she had only little pink ankle socks left. I noted that detail. I thought, oh, she were. It's cold. It was. I'd never experienced chill factor before.
Did you all go?
No, I don't know if they were from Ohio. All I know, my only reason that I think they were from Ohio was the fact that I didn't know what to say. You know, I'd never seen a naked couple making love in front of me, but 2 feet away from me. So I said, as any passing conversation as well, I go, oh, hi. And they said, and she said on the meeting, she said, oh, hi. And I just kept walking. So sue me, That's what happens if you go into Central Park on a dark night, you never know things. So this is called Scheherazade. And I was walking around and I was miserable and I was depressed. One night I don't know where I was. And there was this blind man, and he had shades, I don't know if he was really blind, and he had a tin cup. And I thought, God, how many tin cups go out? But the idea of a tin cup is the money goes in and goes, cling! And it's like an audible sort of, I've just given you money stuff. And what he was playing on his harmonica, was Scheherazade, the tale of the Calendar Prince. I'd never heard it before, and it's beautiful on the harmonica. So this is what this is. It's called So Scheherazade. It appeared as if the very air were asleep. Even the dark was asleep. An harmonica stained the night with itself, an ache that stole into the soul. Snowflakes fell in slow, slow motion, as if they were sleepwalking. Time seemed to solidify, congeal about the moment, frozen like a rabbit in the headlights of life. Why me? The moment appeared to say, why me? Shut up, I told her. It shut up. And a beast moon like a stray dog tried to follow me home, but home was the other side of an ocean. Still it dogged my every step. The blind man kept on playing as if he were the soundtrack to the film I'd become. New York City was nothing like its movies, only the cold was real. I dropped change into the blind man's tin cup. It made a music all of its own. He looked at me with both his ears. He smiled with all of his self. Tales of the Calendar Prince got lost in the ensuing silence. He mumbled a thanks in an unknown tongue, maybe Klingon. The moment kept on trying to find meaning like an unsure actor asking what's his motivation. There was none to be found. My footsteps walked away, almost leaving me behind. Tales of the Calander Prince started up again, as if night had pressed play. Well, I'll be Rimsky-Korsakov. I attempted a smile. It hurt. The harmonica's voice eclipsed by the police siren. Thank you.